Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. I couldn't have asked for a nicer day to do this, eh? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much for stopping in here today. And as you have probably guessed by the title, this isn't so much a gameplay. Yes, this is Sosnovka for Farm Sim 17, in case anyone was curious and didn't have the answer. But, I'm stuck. Oh, whoa. Anyway, I wanted to have a little chat with you guys. Now, I have made point of mentioning in a couple of my a couple of my Farm Sim 19 videos that I would really like to get a multiplayer server up and running. With, of course, complete 24/7 access to my wondrous Patreon subscribers and invites to all of my longtime viewers, the usual. But here's the thing, I'm at a bit of a quandary here. Now, I have been looking into the servers. Now, the company that I went with for FS17, I mean, they were reasonable enough. The server seemed to work well enough. But they're a little pricier than one of the others that I've been looking at. But that's not really my quandary. Either way, it'll work out just fine. The quandary is this. They happened to release Farm Sim 19 a week before, well, basically the biggest sale on electronic and computer stuff of the year, which, of course, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Now, I am having issues playing Farm Sim 19, as each time I light it up, I turn a few more of the settings down to try and get any kind of moderate frame rate. Now, more modern games are starting to tax my system considerably. I run an i5 6700K, and I run a GTX 1050 Ti 4 gig graphics card, NVIDIA, by the way, and they work reasonably well for most stuff. I mean, I'm currently getting a solid 60 frames. Actually, yeah, 60. I thought for a minute there it was 68. But no, I'm getting a solid 60 frames here in FS17. Everything is pretty much cranked. However, in 19, I'm down to medium settings on most stuff, and it's almost slideshowish into how much stutter there is from 50 plus frame to 30 frame. Constant bounce up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So here's the deal. What has come to my attention is that there is an AverMedia HD Gamer capture card. Now, that's a card that fits in the computer. It's not one of the external ones. It goes into a PCI X1 slot, as a matter of fact. But it's on, normally, I could not afford one because they're well over the $200 mark, and I just don't get that kind of play money. Not on a disability pension, believe me. I suppose if I saved up for 3 or 4 months without spending any of my extra cash, I could. But anyway, they currently have the Live HD Gamer card on for about 50% of standard price, which puts it down to under $150, which means if I do my usual and cut down to 1 meal a day, for the following month I could probably afford to buy it. However, I would not be able to afford to start up a server. So, whoa! Man, that was rather shocking. Rather shocking indeed. Woohoo. So, now, the capture card would take a ton of effort off of my graphics card. It would take a ton of effort off my CPU. It would be kind of like updating both of those components to a slightly better model for a tenth of the price. But, like I said, I would then have to wait another month before I could actually afford to drop down for a server. So, And this isn't really a matter of function over fun. It's a matter over, you know, I run this YouTube channel because of you guys, my viewers. You know, if you weren't there, I wouldn't be here. So, when I tell you guys that I'd like to do something, and some of you get kind of excited about the prospect of it coming up, I don't like to go, yeah, never mind, I changed my mind, I'm doing something else because it's better for me. Man, oh, right, I'm going, that is a terrible grass texture, but then again, there's no grass. It's Olley spring. So, I'd like your guys' opinion. I'd also like to know if any of you use capture cards and what your experiences have been. I mean, it would be wonderful if it was an actual AverMedia, you know, Live Gamer HD or whatever the heck the thing's called, to get a really close comparison, but either way, you know. So, that's my quandary, guys. Now, if you indeed are more anxious that we get a server up and running, we can certainly do that. Again, I may not be able to run quite the same resolutions and stuff on FarmSim 19, or I would imagine as more and more games are released that we may have an interest in, this issue is only going to become more pronounced, right? But capturing is really, really hard on both your graphics card and your CPU. And as I said, upgrading either of those is just, yeah. You know, maybe if I win a lottery, not that I ever buy lottery tickets because I can't afford it, but maybe if I won a lottery I could afford to, you know, graphics card or CPU upgrade my stuff. If you're wondering why I'm wandering around, I'm looking for a good map to do MR on. I was going to do the play on watts, but I think it's going to be a little small. But anyway, I think there's enough of a bit of hilliness on Sosnovka, huh? So, but there's the deal, guys. So I would really, 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 really appreciate if I could get some feedback as to what you guys think on the whole scenario. Yeah. And hopefully, within the time that not only the card is on sale, should we decide to go that route, but before they run out of them, of course, because at half price, I can't imagine they'll hang out forever, even on the Canadian site. So, there you go. That's what's going on with that. Thank you so much for being patient enough to sit through my 8 minutes of blah, 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 blah type of stuff. And I look forward to all of your responses. And either way, guys, like, understand that 100% it is either way. You know, if we'd rather get up and going on our multiplayer server and, you know, just kick heck out of FS19, I'm willing. I am willing. So, there you go. I put the questions before you, and I await your answers. Take care of each other, folks. Man, it's been a while since I've been on Sosnovka. And ciao for now.